Welcome to the Bourbon Jerk. Thank you for the click. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the current king of the hill when it comes to wheated bourbon. I'm talking about Old Weller Antique 107, also known as OWA 107, or Weller Antique, or Weller 107. If you clicked on this video, you know what I'm talking about. Is there any official metric that tells us it's king of the hill? Well, no. But consider this. Whenever someone drops a wheated bourbon that's slightly above 100 proof, slightly less than 110 proof, and it's really good, the community immediately wants to know, is it a Weller killer? Is it a Weller fighter? And that should tell you right there. So we're going to do a little blind flight in this video and see if any of these wheated bourbons that I've got here in front of me can take down Old Weller Antique 107. And real quick before I get started here, I wanted to thank my good friend Roger Reese for sending this over to me. I never see these at stores around here, and when I do, they're behind counters, and they're marked up to 2 to 3 times MSRP. So I've not had one of these on my shelf for years. So it should be interesting to go back to. Kind of an under the radar bottle right here. Maker's Mark Cask Strength. Maker's Mark, of course, only does wheated bourbons and more recently a wheat whiskey. This bottle is available just about everywhere. MSRP on this one is about 45 bucks here in Michigan, which if you think about it, a cask strength bourbon from a legacy distillery for that price, it's pretty good value. It's the least expensive bottle here, and this particular batch comes in at 109.3 proof. Now, this is a fairly new product. Bardstown Bourbon Company, Origin Series, High Wheat. I believe this was released by Bardstown as part of their Origin Series early 2023, and shortly after it was released, people saw it was 106 proof wheated bourbon with a 6-year age statement, and everybody assumed they were taking direct aim at Weller Antique 107. So why not put it in this blind? Full disclosure, I absolutely love this bottle. In fact, might have been the inspiration for this video altogether. This is an EverNorth single barrel pick, which is a wheated bourbon from Southern Distilling in North Carolina. This was picked by a team of whiskeytube channels, including yours truly. It's 108 proof, age 7 years, mash bill is 60% corn, 30% wheat, 10% malted barley. I'm genuinely interested to see how it fares in a blind with these other pedigreed wheated bourbons. So Ty's going to pour these up and put them in a blind for me. But before we do that, let's take a quick moment and talk about the sponsor for today's video. I'm talking about Hang Light Gummies. I've been using these for the last month or so, and I'm happy to report zero hangovers. So these are gummies that you eat after you've been drinking for a bit. And what they do is they break down and metabolize the alcohol, detoxes and protects your liver so you can get better sleep, wake up feeling refreshed the next day, and be productive. There is a 100% chance that I'll be taking 2 of these after I'm done shooting this video. So if you want to give these a shot, here's what you do. There's going to be a link in the description below. Click on that. When you get to checkout, use code word JERK10. Save yourself an extra 10%. Plus, we'll give a little kickback to the channel so you'll be helping to support us. Now back to the video. So here's the blind. As you can see, we've got the Vader Glens tonight. It's been a minute since we've used those. That's exciting, right? We're gonna go 1 through 4, my left to my right. Sip through these. Essentially what I wanna do is rank them, pick a winner. We'll see if anybody can knock Old Weller Antique 107 off the top of the hill, right? Number 1. Ooh. I like the nose. Nice cola notes, nice sweetness. Ooh. It's gonna be good. I like that one a lot. Yeah, I get like the cola, the root beer notes. That nice viscous texture to it. Really like number 1. So right out of the gate, that one's a hitter. I'm thinking that the first one is the EverNorth, the Southern Distilling single barrel pick. Could be wrong. Number 2. All right, this one is more vanilla. Oak presence, a little barrel. Maybe like light citrus on this one. Completely different than the first one. Let's give it a taste. All right, so that one is really fruity. Strawberry, maybe peach. Interesting mouthfeel, way different than the first one, which is kind of surprising because these are all pretty similar in terms of age and proof, and the mash bill's not that different. Obviously, they're all wheated bourbons, but yeah, in terms of flavor, wow, 2 and 1 are just like night and day. This one doesn't hit me as very familiar, and of the 4 in this flight, I'm not sure I've tried that Bardstown, so I'm thinking this one might be the Bardstown. I would say I probably prefer 1 to 2 at this point. Let's get a sip of water. All right, let's try number 3. Ooh, okay, so this one is dark. Clove, chocolate, baking spices, and oak. Let's give it a taste. Yeah, that one is like milk chocolate in a glass. Yeah, dark milk chocolate on this one. Yeah, milk chocolate. There's almost even like a dairy note in there. And that, to me, kind of reminds me of Maker's Mark. So I'm going to say 3 is Maker's Mark. Yeah, it's going to be hard to rank these out of the first 3. Yeah, so far, if I had to pick a favorite, I'm probably going 1, then 3, then 2. Let's see how 4 fits in. Ooh, brighter than 1 and 3. This reminds me of like a Kraft, one of those cubes in the wrappers when we were kids. Real pleasant nose. Let's give it a taste. That is just like liquid caramel in a glass, buttery, oily. Really dig number 4. Does kind of remind me of like that sweet Buffalo Trace profile. Nice, pleasant sweetness, really well balanced. I really like 4. I'm gonna guess number 4 is the Old Weller Antique. So as far as ranking this, regardless of if I got the bottles right, I'm going number 1 as the best, number 4 is the runner-up. The last 2, I mean, who really cares, right? I don't know. For whatever it's worth, probably 2 is my least favorite. We'll put 3 in third place.
All right, so you guessed number 1 was the EverNorth pick.
Yes.
You guessed number 2 was the Bardstown.
Yes.
You guessed number 3 was the Maker's Mark.
Correct.
And you guessed number 4 was the Weller.
Yes.
Is that your final guesses? You don't want to change anything?
Yeah.
Well, I could tell you were a part of that barrel pick because 1 is the only one you got correct.
Okay. And that's the winner. That's what's important, right? Let me ask you this. What was number 2?
Number 2 was the Weller.
Number 2 was the Weller. Number 2 was my least favorite of the bunch. What was number 3? That was the one I guess was the Maker's Mark?
So 3 was actually the Bardstown, and 4 was the Maker's Mark.
Interesting. Well, so there you have it. Weller, obviously not the top of the hill. They're kind of at the bottom of the food chain in this blind. I really thought that the third one was Maker's, because sometimes I get a little bit of like that dairy note on Maker's. And wow, I do not remember the Weller 107 being that fruity. That was super fruity. Didn't dislike any of these. 1 I thought was far and away the best. Number 4, pretty darn good. Yeah, really interesting outcome here for sure. So cheers again to Dusty, Dan, and the gang for having me as part of this pick. Cheers to EverNorth for getting these barrels. Keep your eye out for Southern Distilling out of North Carolina, especially with respect to their wheated bourbons. Just fantastic stuff. Probably my favorite whiskey that I've tried this year. And like I said here, guys, this really wasn't even that close. We did a video a little while back about that experience picking that barrel. Put a link to it here. Check that out, it's good stuff. If you made it this far in the video, you like whiskey content, consider joining the Bourbon Jerk Patreon. We do bottle giveaways every month, give away samples, all kinds of cool stuff. Click the thumbs up button. If you're not subscribed to the channel, do that too. And until next time, hey, cheers, thanks for watching, stay jerky.